So how's Ozzy looking?
Good. He was able to go through all training, today. So we'll see how he reacts and how he feels, tomorrow.
How big of a boost does that provide you if he can play?
I mean, Ozzy's a good player. Anytime you get a good player back into the fold, he's an important player on our team as well. So that helps us.
Particularly against a team like San Jose, though, a team that maybe you struggled with on the road.
Having him available in midfield makes a big difference. Yeah.
Outside of just physically what he does do the teammates around him, have a greater sense of, calm, or I don't even know the right word, knowing he's on the field?
Well, you feel, there's confidence that certainly exists there. I mean, anytime, all good players, when you have a good player on a team, obviously, Miami, he's going to feel more confident when LeBron James is on the floor. A team like Oklahoma City is going to feel more confident when Durant's on the floor, and it's the same thing. Our team's going to feel more confident when he's on the field, and when Geschbernig's on the field, and when Evans is on the field, team feels more confident.
You had to bring up Oklahoma City.
Yeah, sorry, bad analogy.
Go ahead.
What's Mark Watson bring to San Jose that's different from Yao?
Tough to tell right now at this stage, because he really hasn't had a lot of time to put his stamp on the team. A little bit. I think they're maybe a little more conservative in terms of going forward than they were under Frank, where they were a little more freewheeling going forward with their outside backs getting maybe more involved. But that could be changing as well, as he moves forward. And, each coach tries to establish a certain pattern. Then once you've got your structure, then you sort of give them a little more of a free rein within that structure. So, so it's really, I think their players can answer that better than I can.
Without Chavez and without Wondolowski, what kind of things do you expect out of San Jose's offense?
Well, obviously there's still, Stephen Leinart, there's still Alan Gordon, and Jan has played well off the bench for them as well. Wando is an important part of their team. Chavez helps them on the flank areas. They get Bernardes back, I think, against us, so that helps them defensively. But it's important for us to recognize the fact that there's going to be aerial duels that we got to win in the back, and that's something that we got to be prepared for. And a lot of aerial duels lead to a lot of second balls, so we got to be prepared for second balls.
Are you all settled on things on your goalkeeping situation?
Yeah, we're trying to resolve that now because Mark is going to be out for a while, so we don't have the official paperwork all quite done, but we're hoping that Weber will be able to join us on I think it's like a 3-week loan, to help cover us in that period of time.
So it looks like it'll be more than the week or two that you seemed to initially think.
Yeah, they thought it was a little bit worse, when they did the MRI, and felt that he'd be out, more like 3 to 4.
That's a hamstring?
Hamstring.
How much has Weber been on your guys' radar this year?
No, obviously he was here last year, and, we knew he was in Phoenix, and Tommy keeps in contact with him. Meredith as well is back in the country, so we were talking to him also, so we just figured this was the best alternative because he knows the team, he knows Seattle, he knows the situation, the group knows him, so we felt it was a good alternative if it was something that Phoenix felt comfortable doing, which they did. So, we're just waiting for the final paperwork now.
I think this is the third time you're playing San Jose this season. Is kind of less ideal in the schedule, having played a team 3 times kind of in the first few months?
That's the one part of the schedule that still, at the end of the day, MLS still needs to sort away a little better. So that, if you're playing a team 3 times, that you're playing them in each third of the season, maybe. And if you're playing a team, we don't play anybody twice, so, but for sure, if you're playing a team more than once, then it gets spread out. If you're playing them twice, you're playing them, in the first half of the season and the second half of the season. But it's just the way the scheduling works out. But I know it's something MLS is working on, and I know that's something they're trying to improve upon.
Brad, you've known Brad for a while, and you've coached him for a while. When did you notice that he could be a guy who could fill in a couple of different spots for you and had the capability to perform in a lot of different areas?
It's sort of always been the case because When he first came to my attention when I was coaching the under-20 team, you know, he had played forward and midfield in college for UC Irvine, and when I brought him into the under-20s, we looked at him up front, we looked at him in the midfield, we even played him at center back. You know, and we played him at outside midfield, and it's one of the reasons he ended up making the team, is because he could play a number of different places for us. And so it was pretty early on that we felt he was comfortable in different places.
How much trust do you have to have in a guy like that to put him in so many different areas?
Well, it's trust, but it's also the player's ability. You know, I think Brad, not everybody has it. I think Sasha Victorine had it when I coached Sasha, and Brad has it as well, where they tactically, you can put them into a different position and they tactically interpret the position fairly well. So it's like Sasha Victorine one year in LA in the playoffs, I ended up having to play him at center forward, and you know, against I think Metro Stars, and he was very good up there, you know, and he'd been playing midfield the whole time, but he just tactically could play and could interpret the position that it needed to be, and Brad sort of has that same ability.
How difficult is that for a player, knowing that you have to slide in different spots and be able to perform to the standard that you want?
It's, you know, I mean, it's difficult. Some make it more difficult than it needs to be, you know, because, that's not my position, so they make it difficult because they go into a denial mode. But you know, others pride themselves in it, you know, and so they have an ability to do that. You know, the current coach of the Stanford women's team, Paul Ratcliffe. When Paul Ratcliffe played for me, he was. We used to play tournament day, and he was a master at playing sweeper one game for his team, and then he'd play at center forward, and then he'd play attacking midfield, and he just did whatever he felt his team needed for them to win the games, and that was something he took pride in.
It's about the ability to adapt tactically, but it's also about what the player brings.
It's your pride.
Skills.
It's your pride. It's your pride, I think, more than anything, that you just feel like, hey, I can do it at different places. So.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Give your full 90 with the Sounders FC mobile app, featuring live audio, matchday blog, and much more to keep you connected. Download your app at soundersfc.com/mobile.